Yeah. Just looking at this proactively lobbies for legislation that advances pro public education. Yes. And social justice policies. Oh, now they work with the Center for Advocacy and Outreach. Yes. And the Center for Greater Public Schools. Did you see the center and the center? Po, po, po. Why don't you get me the Center for Advocacy and Outreach as well as the Center for Great Public Schools? Yes. It would be such a travesty, yes, if the NEA was allowing for women to fraudulently, oops, works in coalition with the numerous national educations that share a stake in the future success of public education. Public education, look at that, public education. Now, I've informed schools. I emailed the Port Townsend School District that my sons were abducted, that I wasn't a resident of the state of Washington. Yes, and you refused to acknowledge my rights as a father because you said I was crazy. Oh. Now, the coordination of the Community Advocacy and Partnership Engagement, the CAPE, yes, and the Human and Civil Rights, the HCR, departments to educate and provide resources to national intergovernmental organizations on federal issues and NEA's perspective, and to leverage the NEA's federal legislative policy agenda. Could you get me all the employees of the CAPE and the HCR? Yes, yes, yes. I think it's a real human rights as well as a civil rights violation to not protect my rights, yes, and the rights of my sons. And then every time I sent you an email, the last 2 million of them, yes, you said that I was cyber stalking. Oh, now I'm going to be suing some very large national organizations. Yes. See, I put the big sign here. Yes, yes, yes. See, any and all individuals that know about human and civil rights violations, yes, their organizations and quite possibly themselves can be held liable. And you said that it's not a violation of my civil rights to not protect my right to notice and opportunity to be heard. In your well, it is a civil right. You remember the power of the people, and then there's Amendment number 9, the rights of the citizens. Yes, I thought that when I informed the school district, yes, that you issued a protection order where my rights were being violated, you are obligated to remove it. Now, these national intergovernmental, well, you've been acting like you can do whatever you want. Hooch. It could have been that lizard in your ass that you thought you needed to have a, oh my gosh, look at the Illuminati. Now, the PAC unit works closely with the campaign and member engagement team to grow and facilitate the voluntary membership and total dollars of the NEA Fund for Children of Public Education, the NEA Fund. Yes. Could you get me all of the funds of all the national organizations that work with the NEA? Choo-choo. I'd like to know where they get their money from because as soon as I'm sure that they know about the crime of violating human and civil rights, yes, and they know about child abduction, missing children, and kidnapping children, yes, I'm going to sue for every dollar right now. Now, I'm really very upset that somebody decided I could not have any money. Yes, I would not be able to take the bus to Port Townsend. Yes, and then you'd arrest me, have me put in jail. Now, I'm really looking at this, the Center for Social Justice. Why don't you get me all the focus on engaging our members, leadership, and community partners? Because I wanted to know every community partner that partners in social justice advocacy issues. It seems that after I had emailed over 2 million emails, yes, that your whole plan was to say I was crazy for not understanding my civil rights. Now they're rooting out systematic racism. The roots is there a lot of African Americans employed there? It seems that not being a black man, being a white man, yes, being poor, as in power to the people, that there's no possible way that I can convince you to enforce the laws of the United States. Now I'm going to want a phone call from my sons today. And I want to speak to Marilyn about that fraud of using a picture of my sister, Susan Bowers. Yes. And I'm going to sue each and every one of those that contributes money, yes, to the school systems. I want you to remove your fraud today. Oh, I want my sons. And this thought of going to the food bank, why don't you have them call me before? Oops. To-do, 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 to-do. I'm going to want to reside in a hotel tonight. Yeah. I'm going to want to sleep in a bed. I'm going to want to bathe in a bathtub. Yeah. And if I don't have to go to Vimo on Monday because I'm a homeless American father, yes, I'm going to want the medical attention that I deserve. Barbecue tonight.